In the late 1990s and early 2000s, as global threats multiplied and air defense systems matured, the United States and its allies confronted a hard truth. Legacy fourth-generation fighters were increasingly vulnerable in contested airspace. High-end surface-to-air missiles, advanced radar networks, and emerging peer adversaries demanded a new kind of aircraft, one that could survive, sense, network, and strike with precision. Thus emerged the Joint Strike Fighter JSF program, a bold vision to create a single-platform family of fifth-generation multi-role combat aircraft for the Lockheed Martin Company and partner nations. The result would be the F-35 Lightning II, conceived not just as a fighter, but as a force multiplier, designed to deliver air strike capability and networked warfare under one roof. In 2006, the first F-35 rolled out of the Fort Worth, Texas factory. The idea: replace or complement aging fleets such as the F-16, Death AV-8B, and others, with variants that could deliver across the U.S. Air Force, Navy and Marine Corps, and through export to partner nations. In short, a single platform, many variants, global reach. The F-35 wasn't just a plane, it was strategy made tangible. Design and engineering. From its inception, the F-35's architecture was dictated by a synthesis of stealth, sensor, fusion, and aerodynamics. The airframe draws on diverterless supersonic inlet technology, reducing radar signature and weight, and advanced composite materials across wings, fuselage, and vertical tails. Its wingspan: approximately 35 feet, 10.7 meters. Length about 51.4 feet, 15.7 meters in the F-35A variant. The use of carbon fiber and low observable coatings helps reduce radar cross-section. Surface treatments, edge alignments, and internal weapon bays further enhance stealth. Cockpit and avionics. The pilot is enveloped in a sensor-rich environment, a helmet-mounted display tied into an electro-optical targeting system, a distributed aperture system DAS, providing 360-degree awareness, active electronically scanned array, AESA radar, and data link connectivity that turns the jet into a flying node within a wider battle space. The stealth design is not just for show. According to manufacturer data, the F-35 combines stealth, advanced sensors, and network connectivity. The most lethal, survivable, and connected fighter aircraft in production today. Engineers paid equal attention to maintainability and mission flexibility. Internal weapons bays allow ordnance carriage without compromising stealth. External pylons provide heavier loadouts when stealth is less critical. In short, clean lines, stealth shaping, advanced sensors, network awareness. The F-35 was built not simply to fight, but to dominate the contested domain, engines, and power. At the heart of the F-35A variant lies the Pratt and Whitney A-Fuhaka-35P W100 turbofan engine, one of the most powerful fighter jet engines in existence. For the F-35A, thrust is listed at approximately 43,000 pounds, around 191 kilonewtons in afterburner mode. The capability to reach supersonic speed, even while carrying internal weapons and fuel, is a hallmark of the design. Performance figures. Maximum speed in the order of Mach 1.6, roughly 1,960 kilometers per hour for some variants. Service ceiling is commonly up to 50,000 feet or more, and combat radius internal fuel for the F-35A around 1,093 kilometers. It's not just raw power. For the F-35B short takeoff and vertical landing variants and F-35C carrier-based variant, special systems adapt the propulsion. The F-35B uses a lift fan and vectoring nozzle system to enable STOVL operations. The F-35C has larger wings, stronger landing gear, and folding wingtips to operate from carriers. Thus, when you hear the roar of its afterburner, you listen not just to horsepower, but to engineering that pushes the envelope of what a multi-role fighter can be. Weapons and systems. The F-35 is designed to fulfill a spectrum of roles, from air superiority to strike, suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD, close air support, and intelligence gathering. The internal weapons bays carry ordnance while maintaining stealth. For example, air-to-air missiles, such as the AIM-120 AMRAAM, and air-to-surface weapons, including the GBU-53B Stormbreaker or the small-diameter bomb series. The outboard stations expand capacity. Further reach of the internal bays on certain variants can carry up to 4 SDBs, small diameter bombs. External pylons. Used when stealth is less of a priority, allow for heavy payloads. Large cruise missiles such as the AGM-158, JASSM or anti-ship missiles like the AGM-158CLR-ASMR being integrated. Armament also includes the internal 25mm GAU-22A rotary cannon on the F-35A version mounted near the left wing root. Advanced avionics support it all. AESA radar, electronic warfare suites, data links, and targeting pods allow the pilot to detect, track, identify, and engage threats before being seen. The jet's networked nature means decisions are enriched by shared data from other platforms, a hallmark of modern air combat. In design, a lethal mix of stealth, firepower, connectivity, combat, and operational history. While the F-35 program faced its fair share of criticism and developmental hurdles, its operational record is increasingly significant. According to the manufacturer, more than 1 million flight hours have been logged. Over 50 bases worldwide host F-35 aircraft, with more than 1,245 delivered. Combat use. As early as 2018, the Israeli variant F-35 Yagir became the first to employ the type in combat. The jet has been used in real conflict theaters, not simply training airspace. Exercises such as the U.S. Air Force's Red Flag 2101 involving F-35A. Sorties returned. No losses to maintenance-related issues. In one deployment, 42 jets, 1,100 airmen, and 1,319 sorties torpedo, 352 weapons, and 3,774 rounds of 25mm cannon in an operational theater over 18 months. These numbers underscore the shift. We are no longer dealing with a future fighter prototype. This is a combat-ready node of air power. Of course, no advanced system is flawless. The program has been plagued by cost overruns, developmental delays, and concerns about logistics, sustainment, and full mission availability. For example, reports indicate that full mission capable rate for some F-35 fleets in 2023 was only about 30%. Yet despite such issues, its deployment and operational use continue to expand, proof that, for many users, the F-35 already represents core air tactics and doctrine. The tactical role of the F-35 is built around first look, first shot, first kill in contested airspace, but with a wider remit. Intelligence gathering, networked warfare, strike and suppression. A pilot flying an F-35 is not just a shooter but a sensor hub, operating in a battle space where information wins before bullets. In practice, doctrine dictates that the F-35 penetrates defended airspace using stealth and sensor fusion. The pilot detects threats, radars, SAM sites, enemy fighters before being detected. Data from the F-35 can then be passed to other platforms. Fighters, bombers, drones, surface ships to coordinate strikes and shape the fight. Once the battle space is contested, the F-35 can switch roles, neutralizing enemy air defenses, striking ground targets, executing close air supports, or dominating air-to-air engagements. Its ability to carry internal weapons while remaining low observable allows deep thrust operations. When stealth is less critical, external pylons enable heavier payloads. In team scenarios, a flight of F-35s may operate as distributing radar and infrared data across the force, while legacy fighters exploit that data or hold area air defense. The F-35 becomes the quarterback of air operations. Pilots now train in multi-domain operations, air, land, sea, cyber, using the F-35's connectivity to integrate with ground forces and naval assets. In short, the doctrine shifts from pilot versus pilot to networked dominance. The F-35 is centerpiece. Comparison with rival jets. When one assesses the F-35 against other advanced fighters, a balanced view is required. Consider, for example, legacy fourth-generation fighters, such as the Eurofighter Typhoon, or fifth-generation contemporaries, like the J-20 though. Direct comparison is complex due to varying roles and unknown data. Against a Typhoon, the Typhoon is superb in air superiority. Fast, highly maneuverable, capable of heavy payloads, but it lacks the full sensor fusion, stealth, and networked capability that the F-35 emphasizes. In contested anti-access area denial A2AD environments, The F-35's stealth and data fusion give it a distinct edge. Conversely, the Typhoon may carry more external weapons and has proven agility. In a permissive environment, the advantage narrows against the Chinese J-20. Open source data is limited, but the J-20 emphasizes stealth and long-range strike. However, the F-35's global logistics, mature sensors suite, and large allied network support may tip the balance. That said, no platform is invulnerable. The F-35 still depends on support, maintenance, and tactics to realize its edge. Hence, the F-35 may not outturn some fighters or match every spec, but in its integrated role, stealth, sensors, net-centric warfare, it pushes the envelope of what a multi-role fighter can do in modern conflict. Modern relevance, upgrades, and future today. The F-35 is not just a U.S. asset. It is a global one. 19 governments have committed to the program or purchased the aircraft. The jets are stationed at more than 50 bases worldwide. Upgrades continue in the pipeline. Weapons integrations. JASSM. LRASM. Electronics, improvements, open architecture, software updates, enhanced sensors, and improved sustainment logistics. For example, flight tests in 2025 have already seen the F-35B integrate long-range anti-ship missiles. Reuters' doctrine, the F-35 fleet is expected to remain central for decades, replacing older types and serving as the backbone of Allied air power. The program is major, the largest acquisition project of the U.S. Department of Defense. At the same time, the lessons learned from the F-35 program in complexity, cost growth are shaping future fighter development around the world. The F-35 plays the dual role of frontline warfighter and design reference for the next generation. Emotional reflection in the hollow where altitude ends and the sky begins. The F-35 rises not merely as a machine of war, but as a symbol of modern air power's It is the thunderbolt of an era born of strategy, forged in composites, wired into networks, tasked with the quiet, deadly business of dominance. It reminds us that dominance today requires more than speed or guns. It demands awareness, connection, stealth, and precision. The F-35 embodies the link between human will and technological edge. A testament to what air power has become. Integrated, global, relentless. And when one sunlit sortie ends and the pilot returns, one sees not just a plane coming home, but the culmination of decades of vision, ambition, and risk. The F-35 is more than a fighter. It is the promise of assured skies, the deterrent in silence, the sentinel of freedom. In the quiet afterburner glow, the future of flight hovers, waiting for tomorrow's fight, ready for what may come.